Good morning, everybody. It is Thursday. I'm getting my days crossed. Um, I am a little tired and I'm a little sore. I said it yesterday's video. I'm gonna say it again. The weather lately has been really chaotic at best. One comment that I had was talking about in the person's area they were having high winds and whatnot. I did not check any of my weather or news reports for weather-related problems or issues because Nebraska was supposed to be getting hit with, all kinds of bad stuff. But for the one person who has basically negative comment after negative comment, I'm just done with that person. But the person who is commenting to me about the weather changes because of atmosphere and whatnot wanted to be like, you believe in that crap? And I'm like, you live as long as I have and been in different areas and read different end of the world stories, everything from the apocalypse according to the Bible, the Ragnarok according to the Norse legends, even the Native American stuff. And then you've got Nostradamus, Edgar Casey, No Eyes, which I'm pretty sure a lot of you don't know who that is. The Hopi, the Maya, they all had end of the world petroglyphs and whatnot on their pyramids and rock walls and things of that. So yeah, you take all that information and compile it up with what's been going on weather-wise and planetary-wise over the last decade, just decade, you kind of start seeing a picture. But if you go back and go back 20, 30 years, you see a bigger picture and how things have changed since the 80s, even the 70s. Things have gone awry and that kind of stuff. But I actually had a question from a viewer. I'm sorry I don't write down your names all the time and whatnot. But this viewer asked why we didn't. One of the questions, or the main question she asked, was why no ramps at both doors? Well, here's the thing. We originally decided because there's a door right off the carport, we can just go straight into that door. Well, we did not calculate for certain inches. So part of Jerry's wheelchair gets caught up on that door. But here in the front door must be slightly wider by a couple inches compared to the back door. So we go out this front door and around to the cars. Now, the other thing we did not calculate was the depth of the ramp. In other words, what angle would the ramp be at either door? So we ended up getting a short ramp, probably mostly because of expense-wise. So that short ramp has a deeper incline. So that means either have to take a running start towards the ramp or, which I don't have room to do out here mostly because of the shrubbery, and might have to rearrange the porch furniture, just a pair of chairs basically. But this door is definitely wider, so we have, granted we scrape the door, but we don't get wedged in the door. So either A, we need a steeper ramp. B, we need like smaller wheelchair or need to take certain options off the wheelchair, like the bar that goes the circumference of the wheel that Jerry uses to push herself forward. You need to take that off. That will take the inches that we need taken off so we don't get wedged in the back door. So it's kind of like one of those. Now, if my Arcadia door had a outside lock on it, an outside method of unlocking the screen door and the Arcadia door, and had a bigger back porch and wider path to get from the Arcadia door to the driveway, I could do that. You could do it that way as well. Arcadia door is the widest door to the outside. Now, as for the inside, the wheelchair is too wide to get through bedroom door or bathroom door. So what we opted for, and we got permission to do this, we opted to basically, when she gets inside the house, she transfers to her rollator. And as long as she's not walking, that either A, I'm pushing her on the rollator, or she's using her good foot to propel herself backwards, basically, because she'll be facing the opposite direction. Everybody's fine with that, you know. As long as she's not trying to walk just yet. She's got another... Well, one doctor said you can start walking anytime. The other doctor said give it a couple more weeks. So she's probably got another week or two before she can actually start trying to put pressure on her leg. But I think before they give her the official go sign, they're going to want to do a X-ray. So I'm kind of like, okay, sure. As for the whole, somebody said something about her being in bed all the time. She does get up and do, some PT that she has to do. Most of her PT is laying down because she cannot put pressure on her right leg until she's given the go-ahead. So she has, when she gets up out of the bed, she has to stand up, putting very little pressure on her right leg, and do almost like a pirouette on her left leg to get into the rollator, just to go to the commode. Unfortunately, that's what she's using right now until she can actually walk. Because she says as soon as the doctor gives her the go, she'll use the rollator to get to the restroom and then use her walker, or she'll use the walker to get around the whole house. I don't know. But anyhow, she'll be able to basically use the walker to get to the actual bathtub or toilet, however you want to put it. My only complaint right now about this whole situation is having to come home from work and deal with the commode. Not a big fan of that, but I do what I have to do for her health and benefit. The good thing is today we have an appointment that I have to probably check on Jerry here in a little bit. Here in town, I don't have to drive long distances. It's just to go up to the Mercy Clinic for her I think it has something. It's an immuno booster, immune system booster transfusion with I don't know how they do it, but it does two things. It basically helps her immune system be boosted so it can fight off like the common cold. But it's also infused with Well, the best way they described it to me was it's a combination of building up her immune system and strengthening her bones. And I'm like, okay, you know. She also gets to, or she has started within the last day or so, her chemotherapy pills. She's hoping within a week or like right around or right after Christmas, she can start doing the actual radiation part, the actual chemotherapy, the radiation part where you go in and have them bombard your body with radiation, basically. So she's taking the pill and then she's going for the actual in-hospital radiation part. I don't know, I'm just repeating what I heard. So they're gonna start. They want to start on her shoulders. Excuse me, because I don't remember if it was the right or left or both. Have signs of the cancer. So, but as for the reason why not a ramp at the front door, not a ramp at the back door, is the back door is narrower than the front door. We found this out through, well, when we got home, that was a fiasco. Trying to get her in through the back door was, first off, it was a feat just to get her wedged. Because, like I said, the ramp is really kind of like at a bad incline. And I literally took just about everything I had out of me to do a running up the ramp, and then boom, we're wedged, and I'm like trying to push, and Jared's like, stop. I'm like, oh yeah, we're stuck. And I'm surprised there's no marks on the door frame from where the wheelchair was wedged, because I did a pretty darn good job. But going through the front door, the only downfall from going through the front door is the factor of we have a outer screen door, and you have to open it as wide as possible and lock it in place, and then put the ramp down, because it won't fit the ramp and the door, because once I unlock the door so I can swing close, it gets stuck on the ramp. So yeah, unless I can find a ramp without edges to keep the chair from falling off, I have to pick up the ramp and put it back in the house every time I'm done with it. Mom has been a real trooper. She's helped out with, she'll get the door open and the ramp down. It's not a real heavy ramp. It's a high-grade aluminum reinforced type deal. It holds Jerry in the wheelchair in the whole 9 yards, but it feels very lightweight. It's not that heavy. So that's the story with the wheelchair, even though I went off track for a moment. But everything here is, well, it's as best as it can be. I mean, it's not like we're celebrating and partying every moment, but at the same time, we're not lying around moping because of, I have to take care of Jerry. Jerry's upset because she doesn't have the freedom to do as she will. She still has to deal with the wheelchair and the whole 9 yards. And I'm like, we got to go through this process so you can have the freedom to move about, and you're not restricted by, broken bones or healing factors or anything like that. So it's just, it is what it is for now. But Friday will be my official last day of the season. I don't have to, but I volunteered to go in to help them clean everything to be closed down for the month and a week that is considered winter break. I don't remember, but it's at least going to be a month. That's what I was told. Hey, as long as I get some sort of notification or something like that, or figure out when, or what I have to do to come back to work. Do I have to fill out another application, or do I just show up? A lot of things I need to know before the end of Friday, or whenever they decide to send me home Friday. Hey, I'll get paid for it, so I'm not too worried about it, and I'm not too worried about coming back to work because, I'm pretty sure they'll have no problems with taking me back if it has to go through a process of filling out a new application or not. Then later on today, I've got to jump online and make sure I have my application for some people think calling it temporary unemployment because I'll be back to work in January. Some people calling it unemployment because even though you're unemployed for a month, it's what's necessary. There's only two things that's going to keep me from going back to work at the beginning of the new season, or beginning of the whatever you want to call it. I get a better job, or I don't even want to think about or, because I can't. I don't know what or could be. But I'll be happy to work. I'll be happy to go back because I really enjoy this. Really enjoy this job. Really enjoy the people I'm working with. The whole kit and caboodle. But hey, never can tell. I could get lucky and land myself a really good paying job that is just as fun as the college. Yes, I said it. Or I could get even luckier and win the grand prize from the lotto. I don't know. Of course, I haven't played lottery in such a long time, and who knows with that stuff. That's all kind of like luck of the draw. But we'll see. We'll see what happens, or what I do, or anything like that. Sorry, I got a bit of an itch. As for around the house, well, this weekend I've got a couple projects that I want to do, and I'm pretty sure Jerry will love it. But since we've got, she is part of it no matter what. We have plans for trying to do some house projects like her craft room, like I said yesterday. What's keeping me from finishing this room is all her craft stuff for the craft room. Now, once we get the craft room done, I get most of the stuff out of here, go through what's left and decide what to do with it, because like I said, she's got quilts for that she wants to make a quilt ladder for. I've got stuff that I can probably give to Goodwill or just throw out. Then she's got some various items, and once I get rid of that stuff, I can fix up my room the way I want it. There's a couple things that I have no idea where it's going to go. They're either empty boxes or they're, I have no idea. But once I get her crafting stuff out of here, I'll probably take a whole day just to come in here and fix things the way I want it. But anyhow, and I'm not gonna hold my breath because I mean, part of it is up to Jerry, part of it is I'm the guy doing the grunt work, so it's like, okay. But the thing with Jerry and all the I've read some of the comments and whatnot. Jerry's not backsliding. She really is not. She really, really wants her freedom, and she really, really wants to be able to be mobile. Problem is, the last time, the first time she started her chemo pills, it did take a lot out of her, and that's one of my fears is how much of her chemo is gonna wipe her out. But she has been doing. I've been home to watch her once or twice. She has been doing her PT. There is one of her PT that she needs help with because it's stretching, or how do I put this? It's pushing her up against her leg while it's in the air to try to stretch it out so the muscles don't get too tight. Me, I'm trying to be ginger because I don't want to cause her any undue problems. So I get a little leery of helping her because it's like, how much or how far do I need to push or pull or whatever to help stretch out her, various leg muscles and upper body. And the other problem for her with a lot of what takes a lot out of her is that turtle shell she has to wear. Excuse me. So it does. There's a lot of things that does compromise her energy level, I guess you'd say, and that is the pain that she goes through after the stretching and whatnot. The issues with the turtle shell. The issues that and I told her to talk to the doctor about this because it might be a side effect. I don't know, because the information that came with the chemo pills did not have like a list of side effects, and that could be because there's so many of them, because there's so many people who have to take chemo now, that every person has their own side effects. Anything from drowsiness to weakness to dizziness to dehydration. Various different elements of what's happening because of this chemo, the medication. So it's it's one of those things that each day is different. One day she can be fine and dandy and be full of energy and wanting to put the bodice on and deal with the hip pinching and whatnot, to go sit out in the living room and watch a movie with me, which is basically what we did yesterday, where we watched back-to-back episodes of Hawkeye on Disney Plus, yeah. So she's trying. She doesn't really like sitting in that bedroom by herself. she understands that during the weekdays I work. There's no getting around that. But now I'm on vacation, so it's going to be interesting to see how much she gets up and does, and how much time does she actually spend in that clamshell before she needs to basically go lay down and take it off because it's been hurting her. But she said she's going to try to push as much as she can, so we can get the projects done, the last of the projects. So it's a combination of I'm trying to help her out, but I'm trying not to be so over the top, pushy, type person. But I'm not going to be, sitting around letting her wallow in grief and whatnot. Of course, her sister did tell me a few things to say to her if she does that. Like, if you really want to get up, if you really want to start driving again, you need to get up and get better. Things of that nature. Now, this year, because of Jerry's health issues and Mom's having issues of her own with her hands and whatnot because of carpal tunnel, we are not doing our usual annual Christmas cookie baking. There was a discussion that maybe we'll do some just for the house, but I was kind of like, no. Maybe some for me, maybe some for Mom, and maybe if we can find a gluten-free recipe for some sort of bakery dough or something like that to make something for Jerry. Of course, the Spritz cookies? I can't remember the name of the cookie now. I call them the thumbprint cookie because basically you take a round cookie cutter, you cut out a cookie, and you put your thumb to press a little divot into the cookie, and then you put jam or preserve in the middle and bake them like that. They're usually pretty good. Some of them, because of the sugar-free content, because we have some sugar-free jams that we were talking about using. I think because of the sugar-free content, or the sugar-free aspect of it, it like runs everywhere, so it doesn't stay in the cookie. It just boils out of the thumbprint, which I'm kind of like, oh, that means most of the good stuff is melted away or whatever. But we'll see what happens this year because of the different jellies and jams we have. But anyhow, Christmas is coming. It's less than a week away. It's 5 more days, thereabouts. So for those of us who have not been able to get out to do any Christmas shopping, this is the weekend of insanity where people go nuts trying to get their last minute gifts and whatnot. I sadly have not got my Christmas tree up yet. That's going to be this weekend's project, is that Christmas tree and decorations. I mean, my outer part of the house has been decorated for the last 2 weeks, but with work and Jerry and all the different things that I've been trying to take care of and deal with, getting the Christmas tree up has been, keeps on getting pushed back. But not this weekend. Anyhow, I'm losing my brain. Wait a minute, what brain? Anyhow, if you guys enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments about this particular video, go ahead and add them to the comment question box. And if you're new to this channel and want to join for all the fun that it is, I know it doesn't seem like it right now, but it can be. But go ahead and hit the subscribe button if you choose to. And once you do that, there will be a little bell that pops up. You can click on that bell and YouTube will let you know when I put in my next video. Until next time, you guys have a good day. Enjoy. Bye.